So, how incredible. We did have the social media tribunal yesterday. 3 women judges. We've done really well in front of 3 women judges. They were the ones who issued the arrest warrant at the ICC against former President Duterte. There are so many fantastic voices in the room that are here. And so I will keep mine very short. First, to just say thank you to so many who have been vocal at the right time. And the reason I'm not in jail is because they've been vocal at the right time. And I think that's the appeal that I will ask you today. And we've heard this from President Osmani, who, it's funny to see to see you here. Let me just do 3 things, right? What is the main thing that we're dealing with today? It is impunity. And let me talk about my country. When everyone asks me, so how's the Philippines today? I have to give myself my timer because, we need to stay on time. I say that we went from hell and now we're in purgatory. But it feels like the West, and America especially, is just going to hell. And here's the light. You can move to purgatory. The world doesn't have to be the way it is today. That there is an end to impunity. It doesn't last forever. And that at some point, a feeling of justice begins to come. That's what the victims, up to tens of thousands of them in the Philippines, the victims of the drug war, have shown. The biggest challenge we have today is whether or not the international rules-based order still exists. That's what you in the room have to prove. Moldova, in its elections, did that, right? Romania, for the very first time, said that these elections have been tainted by Kremlin actions in social media, and they voided their elections. Imagine what would have happened if we did that in the UK in 2016 for Brexit, or in 2016 in the United States, because there's certainly evidence of all of that. So, impunity. I think the second thing is just how do we fight back at this critical moment? Because it isn't just facts that are at risk, but that is the starting point. If we do not have facts, we cannot have anything. The only system of governance that can exist without facts is a dictatorship. Without facts, you can't have truth. Without truth, you can't have trust. And forget trying to solve climate change, these existential problems. Forget the survival of journalism, and without journalism, you don't have democracy. So right now, our armor is made of facts. For the journalists in the room, please go back to facts. Don't repeat the propaganda, and always add context. And finally, the last part. For every citizen in a democracy, you are now individually targeted. That is what this technology has allowed. I love the tech. We at Rappler, Yaka said this, we decided 3 years ago that we couldn't trust big tech to actually protect the facts. It was never anchored in facts, which means all our systems of governance, all of our communities get destroyed because the way they make money is by spreading lies, by inciting fear, anger, and hate. This is not who we are. The goodness of human nature can't exist here. So we bring it back. And I think this is the last thing, please, to take home from me is that when you come under attack, when your democracy comes under attack, again, remember the Philippines can survive it because for 6 years in a row, Filipinos spent the most time online and on social media globally. That ended in 2021. So when it's your turn, you have to ask yourself the same question that we did. And that's why we worked for almost a decade to get to the point where the man who ordered the deaths of so many was arrested. And this is the question. What are you willing to sacrifice for the truth? Because that's what these times demand. And if you don't bring your family and friends around that idea, when you come under attack, you will get weaker over time. Silence is consent. And your strongest point is when the attack begins and you still have your rights. Protect your rights, protect our shared values. Thank you.
Maria.